Okay. Right. Kieran, we were just talking about how your exam should be coming really soon. And if you have any questions, I think I shared. Not sure whether you've seen it because just now you're not here. Maybe I send it again. Okay, I've shared my email address. If you have any questions, like if you want me to help you check your essays and all, just feel free to email me. Okay, I will respond to you because in class I think it's quite difficult to really just cater to everyone's needs. Okay, or maybe I think your oral exam might be coming up soon. I'm not too sure whether all schools conduct oral exams, but assuming you are doing streaming, I think most likely you will be doing oral, right? Okay, who's this? I think someone just came in. Jian Hao, right? Okay, right. Okay, so I was just also sharing the class that we'll be covering sit writing today. Okay, for Jian Hao and Kieran who just come in. Uh, and also I've also highlighted the fact that sit writing is the same weightage as your continuous writing. So you want to also make sure that you do it well. Okay, and actually, in general, I think sit writing is still relatively easier than continuous writing. You just need to know the format. You need to know what to include. Uh, some things to take note of course, is your purpose, audience, and context, right? And also the tone of your writing. Sorry. Okay, now, okay, right. Okay, so let's get started now. Right. So, in terms of well, we are going to go through non-examination conditions. Okay. So when we say non-examination conditions, okay. When we say non-examination conditions, it means that when you are not undergoing it in an exam, right? And usually when it comes to non-examination conditions, which means that you have a little bit more leeway in terms of the timing, right? You have a bit more time to plan. Maybe you might even have access to resources in which you can find suitable phrases to write. Okay, now we will start off by practicing non-examination first, but ultimately, of course, we will be preparing you for your examination conditions because ultimately you'll be sitting for the exams. Okay, but it's good to still practice under non-examination condition because then you roughly have a guideline of how you want to go about approaching uh, a sit writing question. Okay, so you are advised to write, I think the word count is the same for O levels as it is on this slides. The number of words that you should be writing for sit writing is between 250 to 350. This is O level standard. Okay, it makes sense to give you a range because you wouldn't want to go beyond 350. Usually for sit writing, I mean, for continuous writing, maybe yes, you might write more. But for sit writing, sometimes writing too much, it becomes a bit redundant. Okay, so you need to be very clear of what uh you're writing about. I think Sherman just came in. Okay, great. All right. Now, okay, let's continue. Okay. So let's take a look at this question. The examination period is over. Your teacher has seen a web page and is planning an outing for the class. As the class chairperson, okay, so over here, you do need to identify, okay, as a class chairperson, that's your designation. You have been tasked to suggest possible venues for the outing on behalf of the class. So this is basically your purpose. Okay, so your audience is most likely to be your teacher because you're supposed to propose or to suggest. Okay, okay, so the audience is your teacher. As the class chairperson, you have been tasked to suggest possible venues for the outing on behalf of the class. Yeah, the outing must be enjoyable and educational for your class. All right. So write a formal letter to your form teacher suggesting, okay, what are you supposed to suggest? 2 venues. Now, in terms of bulleted points, you must make sure that you answer all of them. Okay, so what I mean is that you must make sure that all these pointers are being answered to, because these are the things that contribute to your content marks. You are supposed to give 2 venues provided by your teacher, 2 venues other than those shown in the website. Okay, for your teacher's consideration. And why do you think that the class outing should be held at one of the venues that you have chosen? Okay, so in terms of language, it's always clear, accurate English, enthusiastic, appreciative tone, which will show your form teacher how excited you are about the upcoming class outing. Okay, so you should use your words as much as possible, right? Okay, so this is it. Oh, Kit Ming is here. Let me see. Okay, great. Today everybody is here. Well done. Even though it's the September holidays, but I guess you guys are still making the effort to be present. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's continue, yeah. So we have this piece of visual text, I suppose, but because I think the nature of the slide is that we can't really put in so much information on one page, otherwise it'll be very small. So I think we have actually dissected the information, okay? So we are recommending the places with educational values in Singapore for parents and teachers to take their students or children to. Okay, so I'll need people to read. I'm not gonna, oh, Caitlin, I think she's been exiting and coming back in a few times. Okay, we will go by alphabetical order. So we'll start with Eiffel first. Eiffel's name starts with E. Okay, so Eiffel, could you please read Maurice Reservoir, please?
From a former sand quarry to a beautiful reservoir park, Maurice Reservoir represents a wonderful option for schools and parents to take their students and children. You'll find many spots to relax and enjoy the breathtaking scenery, and cycling tracks to have a great time touring the park in a bicycle. Visitors can also learn about how Maurice Reservoir has been transformed from a former sand quarry to its beautiful state today, at an art installation within Section C2 of the park. Videos and pictures of the construction of Maurice Reservoir are also available for your viewing pleasure.
Thank you so much, Eiffel. Very well done. I think there's a typo error there. I'm just gonna quickly edit it. It should be of the park, not of the park. Okay? Yeah. Okay, now the second one, Eiffel, you may call someone else. Kiran. Okay, Kiran, please read the part on Discovery Center. Kiran? Kiran, are you there? Oh, okay. Was your mic not working last week as well? I think you will have to get it fixed, yeah, by the next lesson, okay? All right, maybe let's move on to someone else. Let me see. E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Anybody J? Jianhao? Oh, Jianhao said he's having a sore throat, is it? Okay. K, J, K. Let's go on to K. K is Kiran, Kiat Ming. Kiat Ming, can you read the part on Discovery Center, please?
Space Shuttle, a life-size space shuttle with replica with educational information of the trips which man has made to space. Chemical bubbles. There is a special area for group visitors to try out various chemistry experiments under the supervision of our expert chemists.
Very good. Well done. Thank you, Kidney. All right. Next person will go by alphabetical. So maybe Caitlin, Learning Chef Kitchen.
Learning Chef Kitchen, a wonderful place for youths to learn cooking using approved kitchenware and under the supervision of our very experienced chef Mike, who has more than 10 years of experience in conducting cooking classes for youths. Participants of the cooking class will also be treated to a host of fine pastries for an enjoyable and relaxing tea party.
Very good, Caitlin. All right. Okay. So now we will go through a suggested answer, right? I will not get you to write it, but let's just revisit the questions again, okay? So whenever you approach situational writing exam or test, write a formal letter. So you are supposed to suggest 2 venues, and you've been given 3, so you can choose either 2, but you just need to make sure you choose the one that you are most confident describing and suggesting. Okay, then 2 other than those shown in the webpage. I think this is really just very freestyle, whatever that you think of which is suitable, okay, for the class. You may also want to point it out and suggest. Actually, it's not you may, but you must. Okay, you must point it out because it's part of your one of the criteria that you're supposed to talk about. And why do you think it should be held at one of these? Okay. So let's have a look. It's a formal letter. So usually, formal letter, you will put your sender's address on top. Okay. The reason why you put your address on top is because you want a response from the recipient. So to get a response from the recipient, you will then make it easier for them to provide your address for them to be able to correspond to your letter later on. Okay, so the top is always your address, right? And then dates. Okay, and then the recipient's address can be below, but sometimes it's not necessary. You will follow the format that your school teacher asked for. Then obviously the next one will be your salutation. Okay, so this is salutation. Dear so and so, right? So this one would be you can have a title, you can don't have. Actually, the title and the subject is compulsory for email, not really for formal letter. Okay, right? So introductory paragraph, you might just want to be polite and say, oh, we're greatly appreciative of this opportunity to relax ourselves with an educational post-examination class outing trip. But this is not compulsory. It's not necessary to put in. Sometimes because it's a letter to your teacher, you can just be very upfront and straightforward about your purpose. Okay, you don't necessarily always have to sort of try to build a relationship first. I think you can just be very objective about it. Okay, so after seeking the opinions of my classmates, I have come to the decision of suggesting that we go to either WizKids Center or Junior Chef Kitchen. Okay, so many of us have not been to Discovery Center, and we will be thrilled at the opportunity to go there. The boys, who are all fans of science fiction movies, are eager to know more about space shuttles by visiting the life-size space shuttle replica. The girls are also keen to know more about the exotic plants which are fast becoming extinct in our planet. Everyone agrees that they will have an exciting time trying out curious chemistry experiments as well. Okay, I think there is another typo error here. This one is curious.